Tragic. Joining us live is aviation expert and former head of Massport, Tom Kinton. Tom, thank you for joining us. You've managed an airport by the water. What was your first reaction to this disaster?
Well, it's the airport operator's worst nightmare when something like this happens. It's very tragic, but it reminded me of the days of running Logan and Logan being surrounded by water and the drills we did practicing in the event we ever lost an aircraft in the water. So my heart was with the victims and the rescuers, the first responders last evening as I watched this unfold. Very difficult conditions, searching in the water at night for any hope of finding any survivors of this mid-air collision.
Yeah, and Tom, what are some of those unique challenges with an airport like Logan or like DCA that sits right there on the water? I know you mentioned some of the emergency drills you used to do when you were at Massport. What else can be done for a situation like this?
Well, you just have to keep practicing because you need waterborne assets like this. We involved the U.S. Navy, U.S. Coast Guard, state police, Logan Airport first responders, Boston City, Boston Police, Boston Fire, anybody, environmental police. You want to coordinate those waterborne assets to get there as quickly as possible, to get in the water and to try to rescue in the first moments. I mean, the water temperatures obviously at this time of year are very, very cold. Survival is, you have to get the people within minutes, if not seconds, if you're going to have any hope of survival. So they have to map the area they're searching and do the best they can as quickly as they can.
And Tom, we're just over 9 hours since the beginning of this incident, and officials on the ground saying this is still just a rescue mission at this point. They're still considering it that. But, you know, looking forward down the line, the technology involved today in airline activity, do you wonder to yourself how this could have ever happened?
Absolutely. I mean, it's been decades since this country has experienced a major aviation accident, let alone a mid-air collision. I think the last mid-air collision I can recall of a commercial aircraft in the U.S. goes back to the 1970s. So it's very, very rare. And as you say, the technology today almost makes it impossible for it to occur, but something went wrong. Obviously, these aircraft lost separation, or the air traffic controllers lost separation with the helicopter and the commercial aircraft. And unfortunately, at the altitude the commercial aircraft was at, the technology on board called the collision avoidance system is not very good. It doesn't work at low altitudes. It works at higher altitudes where it gives the instruction of an aircraft to climb or descend if it sees an impending collision. And that obviously was not able to be on at this time because they were at a low altitude. They were less than 400 feet on a short final. So you're really relying on air traffic control radar technology and cockpit avoidance.
Tom, to your knowledge, do the Black Hawk helicopters have that same type of crash detection technology?
I'm not aware of whether or not the military carries that technology or not.
All right, Tom Kinton, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Certainly a lot of questions. We'll be waiting days, weeks, months for answers.